Hello guys, welcome to Java Developers YouTube channel. In previous class, we had been discussed about introduction roadmap and what are the types of CSS, how many ways we can apply the CSS. And today we are going to discuss. I have covered comments too, but it's not in a depth. And I used to cover the comments and colors in CSS, how the colors will be applied, and what are the variety of colors you can apply that. Okay, today we are going to discuss that. Okay, here you can see like in colors we have the various types like naming of colors, hexa colors, RGB colors, HSL colors. Okay, we will see that. Just open the VS Code and you will be having like HTML and CSS file. So I have interconnected by using the link tab that will be consisting to attributes like relation and h reference. Okay, so if you want to just take like I have taken color. Okay, I have targeted P, or else I have targeted H3, and I have set the color as red. Okay, if I want to comment in CSS how the comments will be used, this is the comments will be used. Okay, I will say you the with the example background color should be yellow. Okay, if I go for the browser, it was showing some kind of changes, right? That is text is in red color and background is in yellow color. If I comment the text of red color, okay, what will happen? The text will by default it was a black color comment. Comments will provide the readability of the code, but it does not affect the code. Okay, red is does not affect here because we made them as a comment. Okay, yeah, and you can use the multi comments too, like just like slash star. These are the multi comment lines we can apply to the multiple lines. Okay, now you can use color, or you can use like font weight is equals to 800. Here the weight will be changed. Okay, if I comment this, the weight will comes to the normal one like this. Okay, yeah, and that's all about comments. Multi-level and single line comments has been discussed. And while coming to the point of colors in CSS, okay, and we will discuss that. Basically there are different kinds of we can apply the different kinds of colors way. Okay, first one is naming. Okay, by using names like what we did earlier, color equals to red, right? This is a naming way. Okay, just like we use background color equals to red, like that. Okay, and what are the next thing? The next thing is that we can use HEX, that is hexagonal. Okay, what is this range? What is the representation? Representation will be like 6 digits, like 00 00 00 to up to, yeah. Okay, this is up to the range of the hexadecimals, like this is the range, or you can use like AD6FEA. Okay, this is one of the example of a color. Okay, what that first two digits will represent here. Okay, and first two, that is AD will represent R and EF will represent G and EA will represent B. Okay, here hand R stands for the red color. Okay, G stands for the green color and B stands for the blue color. Okay, or else you can write like, if you want to use numbers, okay, you can use like this will also represent RGB. Okay, or you can use 000, or you can use 111. Okay, yeah, that's all about what we are using. 0 to 9 and E to F will be used here. Yeah, and after that this is coming to the hex, and that means hexadecimal. And what is the third one? You can use RGB. Okay, third one is like RGB, that means red, green, blue. That will be consisting RGB of what is its range. Basically the range is 0 to 255. And what is the syntax for the writing? You can use like color is to RGB. And how we are going to use, you can use like 0 to 55, or you can use like 000. This is a one case. And you can use color is to RGB like 255, 100 or 50, anything is possible. Okay, this is about RGB. And here the first one represents red, second will represent green, third will represent blue. Okay, the next case is RGBA. Okay, same for the RGB, but one extra thing is that you will be having the opacity. Okay, what is that opacity? You will be having like 0.5. Okay, here opacity ranges from 0 to 1. Okay, I mean, if you want to reduce the thick color into light color, you can use 0.5. 0.5 means high thick will be 1 and 0.5 will be the medium thick, and it will be hidden. Okay, we will see that. And next, what is the next case? You will be having HSL, like that will be stands of hue, saturation, and also you will be having the lightness. Okay, hue, saturation and lightness. Okay, hue will be categorized by using degrees. Okay, that is by 0 to 30. Okay, this is hue. And what about saturation? You can use the saturation any number. Okay, we can use like any number like 100, and we can use the light for any number like this, but it should be like 0 to 360 degrees will be the hue. Hue will represent the degrees, and saturation will represent the intensity of color, whereas light as will represents the lightness, brightness. Okay, yeah. And what is the sixth one? HSL. Okay, same like above thing, but the only thing is opacity. Okay, the only thing is opacity, same like RGBA, that will be consisting. Like, what is the syntax of writing it? Okay, let's take color is to HSL, and you will be having degrees like 80 degrees, 150 comma 20, which is HSL. This is HSL code. Okay, and if you go for HSLA, which is HSLA, and you will be having color is to HSLA, and you can tell the degrees like 120 degrees and 100 comma 50 comma 0.5, which is the opacity I already explained. And one of the last thing, which is a modern way by using the root. I mean, we are going to use the variables here. What is the syntax means? It's a high level storage box. Representation should be just like for the HTML is the root of the element. For writing this type of variables, it's a root is the root of the element that will store the high values, top level storage. Okay, yeah. And how you will say that? Okay, and yeah, how, what is the condition of writing variables in this? Condition of writing variables, how you will write it should be started with this, like primary, I want to set the color like red. Okay, and I want to give the another variable like danger. Okay, primary you can set like blue, whereas danger has to be set red. Okay, these are variables. I mean, here left side will be variables and these are colors. Let's have a look of, let's we have the div. Okay, we'll see that one example, but how you are going to utilize it? Okay, we are going to utilize by using the var. Then we need to call the particular variable like primary here. Okay, just remind these things like root is the top level storage container, and whereas the variables will be represented with the two hyphens in front, and we need to use only colon not equals to, and var will be used for the taking of variables. Okay, and these are the some of the six types. Okay, 6 types will be there, and we will do that by practically. And if you have any doubt, just comment me. And let's open the HTML VS Code, and HTML will be having CSS color types. Okay, and I want to make sure that H3 should be, what is its color? Color should be, let's make like oh, brown. Okay, maybe how it was I was don't know, but yeah, okay, no issue. What is the next thing? First, take, what is the first thing we have? We have like name, right? By using the name we need to say that. First one is name, and how you are going to write that. I want to make sure that before going to that, I need to convey you one thing, that is what is a class and what is a ID. I already explained a little bit in our HTML classes, but it's a time to go further. I mean, we will discuss in our future class too, but remember things like class. Class is denoted by dot. Okay, and class allow duplicates. Okay, class will allow the duplicates denoted by the dot. Okay, what are the two things you need to understand is like class is a selector. Okay, first of all, what is class? Class is a selector that can be denoted by the dot, and class allow the duplicates. Up to that you can remember. Okay, let's open VS Code, and it's a class. Okay, div is already, we know that it's a non-semantic element, and we will be having the class, and class name is box. Okay, I want to use one more class name as name, and you can use like color name. Okay, and what is the thing? I need to apply colors. Okay, make sure that you have interconnected the CSS to the HTML. Later, I want to apply the style here. How you will apply that? We need to access the class. How you can access? Already I told you, right? Class can be denoted by the dot, right? So what is the dot? Dot indicates the class. Then you can use the, what is the thing I need to say, that name, right? Name. Just forgot about the box. I will say you end of that. Okay, and name. Okay, what is the property I want to set for that? Background color, which has to be the red. Okay, and if I open this, you are able to see this, right? Yeah, and this is first one is setting of color is completed by using the color names, which is mostly used for the beginner levels for easy understanding. What is the second kind of thing we are going to study? We are going to study about hexadecimal, right? Yeah, let's make sure that that will be consisting one box. Okay, inside the blocks you will be having hex, and that will indicate hexa. Okay, and I want to target hexa, which is a class of hex. Okay, here remember the things, box is a one class name, hex is the another class name, two different classes. Okay, I want to target hex with the data and background color, and how we will set that for the hex. Okay, before going to that, I need to convey you one more point, which is if you want different colors, okay, availability to check, there are some websites like HTML color codes. You can use like HTML color codes or color hunter. Okay, you will having HTML color codes. Okay, or else you will be having color hunt. Okay, I mean, you can see that, right? This is the example of hexadecimal, right? These kind of things, and I want to set this color to that. Okay, how we will set that? Copy it, just click on that particular name and go for our VS Code. Okay, and there are a number of websites based on your usage, you can use that too. And what should be missing here? You are missing hash here. Okay, first two digits RBG. Okay, that only the thing. Yeah. And if I go for website and just open our website, yeah, X is there. And after that, go to the same. And what is the next kind of thing? What is the next kind of thing we are going to discuss? That is third one, RGB, right? RGB, and that will be consisting like box. Okay, and you will be having another class RGB, RGB. Okay, how you will target, how you will call dot RGB, which is a class name, and because I have given here RGB, so I need to call that RGB. Okay, then I can use the background color, and how will use that RGB, right? It that will by default it was indicating like some colors, right? Yeah. How much should be the red percentage and how much should be the green percentage? Okay, if you're a beginner, go to the website of color coach, HTML color coach, and here you can set like RGB. Okay, and select the particular color like this, and just here R is 245. Okay, R is what? R is 245, 245. And what is green? What is green value? Green value 197, which is here 197. And what is the blue value? Blue value is 39. So you can mixing of all those colors, you are going to see the output of this color, which is this, right? RGB is completed. What is the next color? Fourth one is RGBA. Okay, RGBA. Let's take one class is box and another class is RGBA, and let's make sure that RGBA. Okay, yeah. Next, how will you target RGBA? And let's make sure that background color, and then you can use RGBA, and by default it was showing you right red, green, blue, alpha, right? A for alpha, that indicates the opacity. Okay, and let's go for the website. Okay, let's select one color. Okay, this is one color I was selecting. 194, 39, 245. 194, 39, 245. Yeah, you can see here if I set 0, what will happen? Okay, first I will set 1 because it's visible case. Just go to the browser. Yeah, it was visible in a thick color, we are able to view. But if I change the opacity alpha value to the 0.5, it was light color. Now if I change that to 0, the color is not visible, that is disable case. Okay, that's only the difference. Okay, 0.5. Yeah, we set. And what is the next one? What is the fifth type? HSL. Okay, HSL. And how we will set that? Box is a class, one more class name is HSL, and HSL is the text. Okay, and how we will target that? By using dot HSL and background color. How we will be writing the syntax for that HSL? You can see that here HSL will be having the three params like hue, saturation, and lightness. Okay, for that, if you don't know, we already know that hue should be 0 to 360 degrees, and saturation will be any number, and lightness will be the any number. Okay, whereas the RGB will be the range of 0 to 255, and this should be like 0 to 9, and A to F will be the range for the hexa. Okay, just go for the website and just select HSL and just select the color like green. Yeah, 143, 90, 56. 143, 90, and what is this? 56. Right, this is one color. If you go for the website, oh no, yeah, HSL will be showing like this. But what has happened? HSLS. Why? We will see that. Okay, no issue. We will see that. We'll go for the next, which is the sixth one. HSLA. Okay, let's take box and let's take HSLA and HSLA, which here indicate the alpha, which is opacity, right? Dot HSLA, because we have been written the class name HSLA. Okay, background color, just go to the website, go to the color picker and select one color like yellow, 64, 91, 56. Okay, 64, 91, 56, 0.5. Okay, let's go for website. Maybe this results are not getting. Okay, that's good. Yeah. And what is the one more thing we had? I will correct that 1 minute. Yeah, one more thing, which is the last one, using of root, right? Yeah, let's correct this by using, yeah, the HSL should be the percentage format. Okay, let's give that the percentage symbols and let's check that whether we are getting the output or not. Just go for the browser, and if you go for document, yeah, it's working. What is the error we did? I mean, we had forgotten to get the percentage symbol. Okay, yeah, that's only the thing. And what is the last kind? That is by using variables, right? Up to here everything is clear. Okay, but before going to that, I want to make sure that what is the box class. Okay, I want to design the box right now. I was calling the box with the dot. Okay, and I was setting the padding. Okay, it's a concept of box model. I will tell you. Okay, no need to worry. 12 pixel. Okay, and what is the thing happened in the output? Just see that. Okay, I mean, what is happened right now without applying it? What is our preview? Like, it was small box size, and if I uncomment that, around the content. Okay, understand, around the content. Here, what is the content? Color name is the content. Around this content, top, bottom, left, right, it's take 12 pixel space. That's only the padding. Okay, let's take margin. Okay, margin, and margin equals to, you can take 12 pixel comma 0 pixel. Okay, and you can take like color white. Okay, I'll explain what is margin too. But here, without margin, what it's happened, just see, means if you want space from the top and bottom, right? For top and bottom, I want to set some space. Okay, just if I increase 120, you will able to understand. Yeah, it was moved, right? 1200. One thing, why it was not working? Margin. Okay, 12 pixel comma 0 pixel. Yeah, if I wrote like top and bottom is 102. Yeah, what it was happening right now. Okay, this will 102 will indicate like they are applied at top and bottom. Okay, before here 120 pixel, between this 120 pixel, between this 120. I mean, it was setting 120 pixel above the content, below the content. Okay, that's only the thing. Okay, I mean, it was moved just 120 pixel down. Okay, I want to set it to 12. What is it? 0 pixel indicates that it will indicate the sides, left and right sides. If you placing that 10 pixel, it will move somewhat right. If you're placing 100 pixel, it will move somewhat right. Okay, that's only the thing. And color is white. That means we are making the text color as white. By default, they are in the black color. We are making that into the white. Okay, the last way of representation of our colors is that by using the variables. Okay, just at the top of it, just make sure that we are able to use the root. Okay, root, and I want to set the variables. What is the way of writing the variables? First, there should be some hyphens with the colon. I want to set blue color, or you can use like, okay, I was going to write something like, first I will write the HTML code. Okay, yeah, dot primary and I want to use like hexadecimal um hexavar. Okay, and what is the next thing? Like danger danger and that should be like RGB var. Okay, and we are using variable types with RGB. Okay, yeah, I want to define the color for the primary, which is a variable of primary. I want to set the primary for the color is, no, if you are getting confused. Okay, just say that first. Okay, and first I want to apply the color in the which format. I mean, I have given like hexaware, right? What is the hexa format? This is the hexa format, right? So you can use this with a hash, you can use this color, semicolon. And what is another variable name? What is another variable name? Like it's danger, or you can use like second, it's a variable name. And what is the representation? RGB. And what is that? 245, 195, 50. Okay, what color we get? Okay, that's no issue. So I was first of all, so I set some variables with some colors. Okay, I can use those variables where same color is required, then I will use simply the variable name there. Okay, I want to apply colors for the primary class, like primary. Okay, background color. How we will use those variable names? We can use the var and first. And if you go for one more class, that is danger, you can use background color, we can use the var, and you can call like, what is the variable? Second variable. I want to apply the, what are the colors presented in the first variable, what are the color is presented in the second variable, that I had applied to the primary and secondary of the HTML. Okay, just open this and you will see that too. Okay, yeah, and you can use box too here. One thing we have been missed. Yeah, this is a color coding. Okay, yeah, this is all about how we are going to use, but which is one will be more preferred in a case. For the beginners, we will prefer the names because it's easily readable, easy to understand. Mostly for many of projects, we are going to use this hexadecimal, or you can use RGB for the website designs, like UI based one, right? Based on that, we are going to use. Okay, but mostly we are going to use the hex. Okay, yeah, and that's all about the colors and CSS. Right, and what is our next topic? Next topic is about CSS units. Right, yeah, if you have any doubt, just comment below. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel.